Hi there. So today we are going to do a standing workout the entire time. So you won't need a mat, but I do want you to grab 2 dumbbells. If you want to do the workout without weights, you can. If you need to drop weights at any time, you can. We're going to go through some movements that's going to be a bent over row, both arms together, as well as coming to a squat and then doing alternating shoulders. So you want weights that you feel comfortable with going overhead, making sure that you're not tweaking anything in your neck at all before we get started. Go ahead and grab those. But like I said, anytime, if you just need to hold the weights here and not go overhead, you can modify. Go ahead and get your watch started if you're tracking your workout before we get started. And then I'm going to have you go into a reverse lunge and twist towards that front leg, come up together, alternating sides. We're getting a good spine stretch as well as warming up the lower body. Anytime you have any questions about modifications or anything, you can put it in the comments. One more on the other side. Now, I want you to go to a wide leg squat. We're not quite in a plie with the toes totally turned out, but we're not in a regular squat either. So toes are slightly turned out, working inner and outer thighs. We are going to come down, arms in the middle, and then reach up overhead. Using a little bit of the movements that we are going to do in the workout today. So we will be doing a wide leg squat. You want to sit straight down into it. We will be taking arms overhead. Nice breathing. Stay nice and tall for me. Phew. Keep going. Last one, and release. Now, what I want you to do here is we're going to do a little jog in place. You can jog in place or you can march, okay? So marching is always fine. If you need to take it down, then we're going to add in a little jog. If you can do that, again, we're staying nice and tall. Get that chin retraction. Chin goes straight back. We're going to layer on these exercises today. We're going to start out one movement at a time. Then we will combine those movements together. And then I'll show you a couple other exercises. And then we'll add those together. And then we'll go from the top. All right, go ahead and release here. I want you to go ahead and grab weights if you're going to add your weights to this. We're going to take our legs wide, toes slightly turned out, weights come in front. I want you to get that chin retraction. You're sitting straight down into this wide leg squat. Turn it slightly for you so you can see I'm not bending over. This is primarily your inner and outer thighs here. Push those feet into the floor. One more. All right, we're gonna step together here. Step together. You wanna bend at the hips, keeping a nice flat back. You can do a little pelvic tilt, getting the lower back in a stretch position. Elbows come straight up, gliding across the rib cage and lower down. We squeeze shoulder blades together as you lift. One more. All right, lower down. Come up. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to add this together. I want you to step out in that wide leg squat. We're going to do 2 squats here, lower down for 2. Now we're going to step together, bend over, 2 rows. You're stepping out with your right foot, step it out, weights in front, lower down for 2. We step back together, bend over for 2. Repeating, right leg steps out. Remember, we're going to do everything on one side, and then we're coming together. Bend over. We're bending at the hips here. You do not want to round your back. Come up and step out. Together, bend over. We're just transitioning from one exercise to the next. Together, bend over. Step it out. And together. One more time. Step it out, wide leg. Come together. Bend over. 2 rows. Okay, now what I'm going to have you do here is we're going to go wide leg. We're going to have these weights in front of you. You're going to go from this lower position and push through, bring it up from a straight arm to a curl, a hammer curl, and then we're going to go one arm at a time. Okay, so let's do just the curl 4 times. Squat it down, curl up, down, and curl. Remember, we're adding stuff on. Now we're going to stand, and I want you to do one arm at a time overhead. Nice and tall. You're using your abs as you stand nice and tall. Take the weight overhead. One more each arm. And release. I'm going to have you do a squat here. So we hold these weights at your shoulders. Toes are facing forward, about shoulder width apart. Sit your butt back like you're looking for a chair. Push your feet down into the floor and come up. Okay? How do you modify this? You just don't go down as low. You still stick your butt back like you're looking for a chair to sit in. If you can go down lower, that's great. If your arms get tired from holding up, you can lower down and just hold those weights for now. One more squat. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do here, we're going to start in this position. You're going to have those weights in front. We lower down, curl it up. You're going to sit down into a squat. One arm overhead, sit back down into a squat. The other arm overhead. Sit it down. We're alternating arms with every squat. Remember, we're combining exercises. Last one here, lower down. Walk it out, give your arms a little rest. We're going to add on from the top, okay? So we're going to go wide leg squat. Wide legs, toes turned out slightly, weights in front. Lower it down. Then curl it up. We step together. You're going to bend forward. Both arms glide up. Let's do 2 rows. Step it out. Squat down. Curl up. One arm. Squat back. Alternate arms, press. We step it out to the right. Lower those arms down. Squat. Curl it up, come together. Bend over, lower those arms down. 2-arm row for 2. Then come up. Lower down into that squat. Press up overhead. 1 more squat. You can bring your legs together closer if you want. We're lowering it down. Come up and curl. Bend it over. 2 rows. Come up, lower into a squat. Alternate press up. Step it out. Squat down. Step together. Lower. 2 rows. Curl it up. Step out. Squat. Upright. Overhead. Squat back down. Press overhead. Bring it down. Step it out. Lower. Come together. Then we bend at the hips. Flat back. 2 rows. Swing it up a little. Step out some. Squat. Overhead. Squat. Overhead. We're going to go for 1 more. Step it out for a wide leg squat. Lower down. Come up. Bend it down. 2 rows. Bring it up for me, squeezing the booty. Step it out. Squat. Overhead. Squat. Overhead. All right. Take a little breather. Set those weights down. Now, we're going to step side to side. If you want to add in a little bit more here, you can use this as a small little active rest, or you can add in a little hop tap. Always feel free to pause and grab some water if you need it. All right, we're going to release. We're going to do those same movements, but we're stepping to the left this time. Okay, so we start out with just a wide leg squat. Toes turned out slightly. Weights in front, lower straight down. Bring it up and squeeze. You're squeezing your booty. You're staying nice and tall. One more. Step it in. Stick your butt back. Flat back. Both elbows come up together. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Two more. All right, let's come up. We're going to add that together. We have 2 squats. Step it out to the left. Weights are in front. Lower down for 2. Step it in with the left leg. Bend over 2 rows. We'll speed it up a little bit. We come up, step out to the left. Squat for 2. Bring it in. Bend over 2 rows. If you feel like, because this portion of the workout is not going overhead and you want some heavier weights, you can definitely do that. Try it out with lighter weights to begin with. Step it out to the left, lower down, step together, bend over. We bend at the hips. Do not round your back. 2 rows, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Step together, row, and release and come up. Just walk it out a little bit. We're going to go into that swing for 4. So, weights are in front. We lower down, curl it up to the shoulders, and lower. This is just that movement that we're going to add in. I want you to get used to it and release. Now, legs are a little bit closer. We sit back into that squat. Left arm goes up overhead first. Sit back. Right arm. Make sure you're looking for a chair back behind your booty. If you have a chair, like your kitchen table chair, that you want to sit back behind you so that you have something actually to tap back on, that will help you with your form. One more time. All right. Let's release. I'm going to walk you through adding this together. We're going to step out into a wide leg squat. Squat down. Curl it up. Step together. Bend over, 2 rows. Step it out a little bit to the left. Squat down. Left arm up. Squat down. Right arm up. Bring those weights down. Wide leg. Curl it up, step together. Bend over, nice and controlled. 2 rows. Step out to the left a little bit. Squat, left arm up. Squat, right arm up. Bring it down, wide leg. You're just stepping out a little bit further. Bring it together. Then lower those weights and bend over at the hips. 2 rows. Curl it up. Squat. Left arm. Squat. Right arm. Bring it down. Step it out further to the left. Bring it in. Bent over row for 2. Curl it up. Squat. Left arm. Squat. Right arm. Step it out. 1 squat. Then we bring it up, bend over, 2 rows. Bring it back up. Sit back into that squat, left arm, squat, right arm. Let's go for 1 more. Wide leg squat. Bend over, 2 rows. Bring those weights up. Sit back into your squat, left arm up, sit back into your squat, right arm up. We are lowering those weights down. Feel free to grab some water here. You can tap it out side to side, add a little hop, tap, working on lateral movements here, inner and outer thigh work, which we're mainly focusing on today. All right, take a breather. Now, we're going to add in a little bit of core exercises here. You will not need the weights right now. So what I want you to do, find a nice stable position for your right leg, okay? We're going to take the arms overhead, and I want you to bring your hands to your knee, left knee up. Nice and tall, using your abs. If you have trouble with your shoulders and you just need to come right here in front of your face with your arms, that's okay. Now I want you to take the right leg back. Find a nice stable position for that left leg. Arms overhead, nice and tall. All right, now we're alternating legs here, okay? Arms up, left leg, right leg back, bring it in. A little tap back, swap sides. Nice exhale as you step it up, bringing that knee up to help engage your ab muscles. All right, let's walk this through using our weights for a final round. Okay, we're gonna come up 2 wide leg squats, 1 and 2. Step it together, bend over 2 rows. Step it out a little bit with the right. Curl it up, squat. Right arm overhead, squat. Left arm overhead. Bring it back down. Step out a little bit with your right again. 2 wide leg squats. Step it in with the right. Curl it up, squat back. Right arm overhead, squat back. Left arm overhead. Now bring the weights down. We're stepping out with the left. 2 squats. Step in with the left. Bend over 2 rows. Curl it up. Step out with the left just slightly. Squat. Left arm overhead. Squat. Right arm overhead. Bring the weights down a little bit wider with the left. 2 squats. In with the left. Bend over 2 rows. Curl it up. Step out with the left slightly. Squat. Left arm. Squat. Right arm. And we're setting the weights down. Okay. We're gonna go 2 left side, 2 right side. So 2, bring in on the left, step back the right, 2 on the right. Left side again for 2. Right side for 2. We're gonna do this 2 more times. 1 more. Nice exhale and release. All right, wide legs, knees bent, sit down into it, do a little pelvic tilt for me. We're activating the low abs, and I want your hands to be clasped in front of you, elbows are out, and we're taking those elbows down towards the hip. You should feel obliques working here. Side to side crunch. Feel those muscles work. Put your thumbs in there. Elbows down to the side. Feel those abs working. And release. Come on up. Now, let's step back. Let's stretch overhead. Bring that elbow down towards the outside hip. A little stretch, a little crunch. Obliques are working here. Left leg is back, left arm is moving. Last one over. Now if you're having trouble with balance, just don't step your leg back so far, okay? Right leg back, right arm overhead. Fingers of your left hand can go over on your side just so you can feel the contraction taking place. You get a nice good stretch and then you contract. So many people are oftentimes just focused on the transverse abdominals, the abdominal muscles that are engaged during a crunch or a sit-up is what a lot of people think of, and you're not working your obliques all that much. Your obliques are what you think of as a corset, bringing your waist in. You want it to be nice and tight. And release. All right, so let's tap, alternate, lowering our heart rate down a little bit. Got up to a good 170 during the workout. 220 active calories burned. And that's what it's all about. Short, efficient workouts to get a good calorie burn, raise your metabolism, and not have to be in the gym for an hour or more. right, release. Let's take our left leg back. Tilt the pelvis here. That means bring the pelvic bone, tilt it up towards your head. And then bend that front leg a little bit so you can lower down. You should feel quads and hip flexors all the way up to that hip bone. And hold. Nice deep breath in. We're gonna release. Step together, step that right leg back. Pelvic tilt, bend that left leg. You should feel more of a stretch in the right side when you go down. You can tilt your head to the side, get a little neck stretch, pushing the shoulders down. You're going to release and come together. All right, take those legs a little wide. I like to always lower down, release that low back, hang, relax. Let those shoulders release. Take a couple deep breaths. Let yourself release even more with every inhale. Relax your head, relax your arms. Relax your neck. Slowly raise yourself back up. You guys did an amazing job as always. I'm proud of you for showing up. That is the hardest step to every workout program, is being accountable for yourself. So I encourage you to at least take a step of, if you have a daily written planner that you use, or if you use your phone to schedule those workouts, write them down, plug them into your phone, set an alarm of the time that you scheduled that in with yourself to hold yourself even more accountable. Go even further into the private Facebook group and post in there when you're going to work out to hold yourself accountable, because if you let other people know, you're more likely to stick to it. Okay, so you guys have an amazing day.